So, Mr. Dawson, pleasure to have you here. Thank you very much. You can call me Annie if you want.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, so what's kind of what do you do actually there? You just quit smoking. That's a good hook.
This is illegal in Germany, so you don't want to see what this is.
Really, it doesn't matter. We are like worldwide.
This is I got this from Stockholm, and this is like tobacco packets, and you put them in the gum, and it's because I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes, so I take these instead to get my nicotine rush.
And you really get a rush when you put them in your mouth.
Yeah, I'm buzzing now. Can't you tell?
It's amazing. Yeah, I'm kind of like buzzing with you almost. You know, wicked.
I wish it was that good.
Okay, so but you shouldn't take too much of that because after that you're like gonna be like.
Well, no, I quit smoking on Saturday was my last day smoking, so I haven't smoked a cigarette in 2 days, which is round of applause, please. Round of applause. You know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know. So, but I'm slightly cheating with these. I'm going to do these a little bit, and then I will stop completely. No.
I bet you do it. Yeah, I'm not too sure actually, but. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so let's talk about your upcoming releases. So what's coming next?
What have I got coming up? I've got a remix on Mood Music, which is a track by Sassy and Martin Ira. Sassy, obviously, who runs Mood Music. I've got an EP also on Martin Ira's label Kling Klong. I've got a track coming up. I think it's going to come up at the end of summer on Cocoon. I've done with a friend of mine called Glimpse, who's actually the guy I moved to Berlin with. Like all this time ago, a year ago or whatever.
Glimpse is living here as well.
No, it's kind of a crazy story. We moved here, and the day we signed the contract on our flat, he went on a date with a girl. And like we moved here, and he was here for 3 months by himself, and I went to Brazil for 3 months. And then I got back, and he was like, Martin, I've fallen in love. I'm moving in with this girl. We're getting a dog. You know, so now he lives with her. They've got a dog. They now have a little baby together. Like he's a fast mover. This guy, he doesn't waste any time. So I actually only lived with him for like 1 year. But I'm about to run out of time to mix. So can I maybe do that, or should we just not worry about mixing anymore?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll do an exception for you. Yeah, just decided to talk about your upcoming off records. Tell me.
Yeah, so well, basically, this is the cool thing. I mean, like, I was speaking to Andre, who runs Off, who's going to play later on.
I love the way you pronounce it, Andre. It's just like very boring to Andre, but you say it like it's really sexy. I love it.
Oh, that's how English people say it.
Andre.
Andre.
Do you say like, like Peter Andre?
Yeah, like that's how in English, when it's Andre, that's how we say it. How should I say it? Andre,
like the very boring German version actually, but
let's say it in English. It's much more sexy. Yeah.
Let's do it sexy.
So Andre, when we started speaking last year because I was doing some music under this Two Armadillos guys with a friend of mine, Giles, who does a party in London called Secret Sundays. He's a super cool guy, and he started sending me his Off records, and I thought they were super cool. And I explained that I was living in Berlin, and we talked about us working together. So we started working together at the end of last year, and we've now got together our first EP, which is the EP is it's called Gonna Be Alright, and we've done 3 tracks, and we've got 2 remixes of 2 of the tracks, and that's coming out in May. Yeah, coming out in May, and it's a really cool EP. We're really happy with it.
I think Andre's gonna play it, right?
Yes, yeah, he'll play it. So, yeah, all the tracks are quite different, and I think that's really exciting for a release to be quite diverse. You know, it's not just like 4 tracky records. There's like each one has a theme, and
yeah. I mean, it's funny you say it's gonna sound very different because when my mother hears techno, she says it sounds all the same.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, I think it's a really great house EP. We're both really happy with it. And the cool thing is, we're already doing new stuff, and we've already started some new ideas, which are also super cool. So we're going to be continuing doing stuff with Off. So, but this is my first thing on Off, and I think this is how it'll be. We'll be working together. So I have that, and then I'm doing some stuff on a record label called Also Ran, which is run by a really, really good friend of mine who I've known for 10, 15 years.
Like a really good friend, yeah?
Yeah. Special friend. No, he's a guy I met through, he's from Cambridge, like this guy, Giles, who I do 2 Armadillos with. There's a real crew from Cambridge, which is north of London. And I was with him in Thailand for a gig in November, and I played him some stuff, and he was like, I really love what you're doing, can I, would you do an EP for me? So I've done one for his label, and yeah, that's about it. And I'm speaking to lots of other labels at the moment as well, but they're the main ones that I have lined up. Yeah.
Martin, I was wondering, yeah?
Yeah.
How come, you live in Berlin since a couple of months, yeah, but you play just a very few times, yeah, how come?
I'm not really part of the Berlin scene yet. I've not been here for long enough. I think the Berlin scene is quite hard to become involved with. You need to be working with people who run labels here, do parties here, whatever. Most of my gigs are generally more international. I never came here because I was DJing here lots. I came here because, I was living in London for 12 years, and I had a really good time there, but I wanted to have a change. And I moved here, and it's really super cheap to live here, and I have met a lot of amazing friends here, like yourself included, guys, some super cool guys, and it's because it's so much smaller geographically than London. It's so much easier to stay in touch with people. Like, London is so big, you make new friends, but they're like the other side of town. It's like 45 minutes, an hour to go and see them. So it's harder to stay in touch, whereas here it's like 10 minutes down the road and you have a ton of new friends who live near you. So it's really easy here, and obviously, as the scene here in the summer, well, all year is amazing, but in summer is really special. It's a really special place to be. So, yeah, I'm very happy to be here, but I would like to play more. And, if I get the gig offers, of course I'll play here. But I think for me, the hardest problem is I earn probably, I know I earn more money if I travel abroad than if I stay here. The fees in Berlin are generally less than I get internationally. But hopefully it'll come, Andre's already helping me out with one gig maybe in June, and it'll be nice to be more part of the scene here, for sure.
We actually have one of these Berlin promoters sitting here right now, Mr. Andreas from Delikat. I'm pretty sure he can play at one of these Möbelrücken parties. He's not listening to me right now. He's not paying attention.
He's like, no.
He's like, fucking rock, who's that?
What is he playing? It's rubbish music. I'm not booking him.
Okay, you have to make another mix, right?
Let me do a mix. Let me do a mix, and we'll come back in a minute.
Wicked.